Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. We have had way too many games showing up, Jan.
Yeah, this is just a small portion
We're
of the
very
games.
excited about the games that are showing up, and we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we thought we'd give you a quick rundown and preview of some of the games that we are the most excited about covering over probably the next few weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
It's sort of the
That's
game.
the hope.
And for those of you that are watching, let us know in the comments down below, first off, what games are coming out that you're excited about, and second off, are any of these in front of us things that are on your radar or you're excited to see us talk about? Because I'm going to be honest, if we get like 30 comments about one of these titles, it might be one of the first ones we bring to the table. Now,
top priority.
There is a weird mix of games here. There's some that are Kickstarters that are coming to Kickstarter very soon, like Hidden Leaders or Monster Hunter over there. There are a few that are games that are a little bit older that Jan just got his hands on.
Yep.
Talking specifically about Kanban EV or I believe Jinkopolis.
Oh yeah, Jinkopolis.
And there are some that are Kickstarters that are arriving to us at the moment. Like this little gem. You've already played how many sessions of this on your own?
About 4.
All right, so this is going to be a quick video just going over. No B-roll, no fancy editing, just rough and dirty. This is what we have. This is what we're excited to be working on. Jan, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, let's kick it off with probably one that a lot of people are super curious about.
Of course they are.
Monster Hunter World. So this is a game by Steamforged Games. It's going to be the latest in their video game adaptation series, if you can call it a series. And essentially, this is going to be a recreation of the core game. You're going to be fighting monsters based on some card play, and also have tactical positioning on a board where you have to face off these creatures. I think it'll be really interesting. I haven't gotten the chance to play it yet, but I'm excited to delve in.
I'm playing it very soon. This weekend I'll be covering it. So
okay, good. I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. Super big fan. I'm actually currently playing Monster Hunter Rise, which is amazing.
I am almost certain that a year and a half ago, when you first joined in, you said, I just wish Monster Hunter would create a board game. I'm joining Quackalope so that if they do, I can cover it.
That's very specific words. Are you sure that I said that?
You are such a big fan of Monster Hunter, you may have.
Maybe. I'm not going to say no.
I'm going to bring in... Well, this is yours, actually.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Fine.
This is my step.
I'm going to bring in Hidden Leaders. I'm so excited about this one, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in Hidden Leaders. This is another Kickstarter that will be coming to bat here very soon. We're going to be doing some coverage on it as well. This is a tableau building and a social deduction-esque game.
Oh, interesting.
You're going to be negotiating this track that everyone's sort of moving up and creating influence on. With 4, I believe, core factions or core abilities that you'll be recruiting and placing in front of you. You have like necromancers that can bring people back. You have water influence and fire influence, and you're sort of shifting up this area. Everyone's trying to get a read on who everyone else is loyal to. So you're all manipulating all the factions. You're all recruiting and building your own character tableau or your arsenal of supporters until you finally get to the end of the game where you decide who is actually going to be the leader. Hence the title, Hidden Leaders.
Okay.
2 things that I'm excited about this game. First off, I think this is a fun, interesting twist on a social deduction game with that tableau building. I think it's doing something really unique. I also love the artwork, and Quackalope may have a card in it. I mean, like a base game, like official. Like they were running a poll. Link probably down below. As long as we win, we'll have a I'm
okay. We definitely need to play this ASAP.
All right, off to the side. What do you got, Jan?
Next, the one that you're super excited
the one
about.
that you've been covering, like playing since I brought you your copy 2 days ago.
Ratcatcher by Platypus Industries.
Probably your first solo game,
maybe.
And at the moment your favorite solo game.
I've definitely enjoyed all my plays of Ratcatcher, and Ratcatcher is essentially it's almost like a pandemic-style solo abstract puzzle where you're trying to mitigate all these dangers that are coming around you. You have these tiles that you're trying to collect, right? So you're trying to collect up to 10 pieces, and if you collect your 10 pieces before the AI does, you win the game. However, that's not going to be very easy because, as the name suggests, you are a rat catcher, and there are rats populating every square inch of the city of Brie.
This has some of the best rat AI mechanics I've ever seen in a board game.
Oh yeah, very, very close to what it actually would be.
If any game actually introduces, like an RPG or anything like that, brings in rats, like has sewer systems or anything, they should study this game to understand how rats logistically
It's also
work.
very realistic because it has a platypus rat, which are very, very
Also
common
accurate.
in Australia,
So,
I think.
so
right?
two things about this one. First off, just now arriving, I know there's going to be another Kickstarter
Mm-hmm.
from Platypus Industries for a different game,
Which I'm incredibly excited about.
but they're also doing a reprint on Ratcatcher, so you should be paying attention to get access to
Yep.
it. Second off, no one knows this yet. Well, Jan does. Jan, you're the only one that knows this yet.
What do I know?
This one is one of the various games that are currently being examined for our award.
For the Golden Quack.
Nothing's official. I haven't even mentioned it to the designer himself, so this is where he's potentially learning of it. Ratcatcher is one of those games that we're going to get a lot of plays in first, but I have been so impressed with the design and the personality behind it. It's made by a handsome gentleman out of Australia,
Matthew Aslan.
and I am I'm glad we're connected. That's all I'm going to say.
So excited.
Spartacus.
I'm
not sure,
this is huge.
I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about this one yet. I don't know. It arrived, so if we're not, keep it a secret. This is...
Hey, new version of Spartacus! Whoa!
I'm pretty sure people are aware. I'm going to check before I post this, though. If it isn't, it'll be, like, blocked out. A game of blood and treachery, a game that I was made aware of by some friends down in Kentucky. This is a game all about tactical arena combat, except it's not. It's all about the negotiation, the blood feuds,
that happens behind the
investment
scenes?
that happens behind the scenes.
That's
you,
awesome.
as players, are watching as... Well, gladiators slaughter each other in the arena, and you, as players, win if, well, you've had your loyalties and coin and influence spent to make your gladiator
You know what it reminds me of? It's like this show that I watched a long time ago. It had to
Oh,
deal with
yeah.
gladiators that
Spartacus.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's
Okay,
exactly
so
what
it's
it's
based
like.
on the TV show.
This has been a hard to get game. This is a well loved and beloved. I mean, what is it? I mean, it's sort of social deduction. It's sort of bidding an arena. It's
Yeah.
sort of like there's just a lot of influence being put at play.
And one of the most exciting things, I believe they have redone all of the artwork because I
Well,
think the original had
Just have the
actual
clips.
shows.
Yeah, and
clips.
I like what they're doing here a lot more. Here's the one thing I can say: plays at higher player counts the best. That's what I've heard. And as far as I know, this is probably one of the most ruthless group games you can play. You will be slicing each other's throats. You will be betraying each other. You will be playing loyalties and corruptions. And if you like that, oh, I like that.
I'm excited for that. That
Off
sounds
to the side.
absolutely
What do you got, my
amazing.
friend?
Okay, so let's bring one that's
yes.
probably not a lot of people know
I don't
about
think
yet.
a lot of people are aware of this one yet.
It's called Dive. Dive is published by Sit Down Games, and it's going to be a fairly straightforward title. Basically, what you're doing is that the lore is that a magical stone has been thrown into the sea, and we are all, incentivized to go and search for it. But the way that we do that is that we have to kind of depend on the natural wildlife in the area, turtles, manta rays, and avoid sharks and octopi and all these other things. The mechanics within the game basically are really interesting. There's a bunch of clear tiles.
Yeah, it's a
you're
twist
going
on or innovation on the clear tile system that we've seen with other games that use stacking, like Gloom would be one of those.
Yep.
However, this one is designed in a way that allows you to go down through the surface or levels of the ocean as you're doing things like avoiding those sharks, collecting manta rays, finding sea turtles. I want one clear tile at the very, and I'm saying this, the publisher
With a rubber duck.
I want one clear tile at the very top with a duck on it.
You do know that would be a deflated rubber duck that has been,
No.
decommissioned.
I want a single clear. It could be a promo tile. It could be official title. The single clear at the very top. It could be. It doesn't have just a duck.
Little tiny little
I
rubber
just
duck.
want- no, it doesn't have to be a rubber duck. I just want a duck.
I think it could be a wood carved duck.
Can you get back into what this game does?
So essentially what you're doing, everybody has a secret area where they're going to be bidding as to where they're going to find the animals that are going to help them go deeper into it.
And so you're kind of looking into this tunnel going, I think that's like 3 tiles deep.
Maybe 7. I'm gonna go for 7 actually, yeah. And so that's the entire crux of the game. We haven't actually gotten into this too deep yet. See, pun, but we're very excited to try it out.
I don't like puns. I'm going to be talking about Funfair. This is going to be by Good Games Publishing, and if this looks familiar to you, it's because Unfair was a title that came out about a year or so ago.
Yep.
Unfair was a game all about amusement parks that, well, were able to backstab and hurt and damage and do ruthless things to the people around the table.
But this
Funfair takes that core mechanics and systems, but removes that direct player interaction, that unfun element of the game. Now, I liked Unfair quite a bit. I did think it was a little bit complex to get into. You needed to know the sequence of cards and what could happen to you to really get your teeth into it and enjoy it. But if you don't mind being beat up, then it was pretty fun.
No, it was great. I tried it too.
I have heard is such a good re-implementation of that system or adaptation of that system. People are loving this. Specifically, Devin, one of our close friends, has played this countless times. And so, if you like amusement park building, if you like building a tableau, scoring a lot of points, gaining tons of coins, and selling hot dogs in convenient stands around your location, this is going to be a game that you should be paying attention to. Not to ignore the fact that it also has some of the coolest thematic ties and expansions. I'm excited to see what they bring out, because the last one, they had things like a dinosaur park,
ninjas,
sci-fi park, ninja park. And so this is going to be the base game, which is going to have some core parks, like classic amusement parks, along with, I believe, Tomb Raiders, whirlpools, a whole mix of things, pirates. But the best part about these games for me is when you start mixing in extra stuff that just make your park weird.
You can make it messy.
You can make it messy. I like things being messy.
Speaking of theme parks,
there we go.
This is going to be a pretty big one.
By Alley Cat Games.
So if you've ever heard of Dice Hospital, well, this is essentially going to be its spiritual successor, except that it's even going to be a tad more complex and add some more strategic opportunities and decision-making. In Dice Theme Park, you are building a theme park out of hexagonal tiles, and you are going to have customers try and visit your park. Customers are going to be represented by dice. And this game implements what's called the cascading die system, or something along those lines, where once a die comes into your park, they get very lively, full with energy, and a lot of points. I think that came
from like Dice Hospital, where when one die died, the other dies died.
I hope that's not the case.
Cascading die.
So that one die, let's say, comes in at a 6, you'll be able to really capitalize on the victory points, because that die represents the value of points you'll get. You'll go to one ride, but then afterwards they're going to start getting a little bit tired. So instead of a 6, it's going to become a 5. So the idea is that you have to program where your die are going, where the hexes are, and then try and capitalize on as many points as you can. And whoever builds the best Dice theme park will win.
Yep. I'm excited about this. Dice Hospital was never quite a theme that connected with me. Much more into Dice having a really good time.
I'm very pumped about this.
And hopefully not dying on the amusement park rides that I've built. Kanban EV. Jan, do we like Euro games?
Yes.
Do we ever cover Euro games?
I don't know why.
Are we about to start covering Euro games?
Preach. Yes, I hope so.
Kanban EV is going to be a game from Eagle Griffin Games. It is designed by Vitel Lacerda.
Who's that?
Not well known. This is going to be a game all about... I mean, it is action programming, it is worker placement programming, classic Euro style, with a little bit of a twist. You're working against time as well. Time is a resource, not only with the amount of time you have to be to produce the cars, because this is all about building a production chain, getting the resources, technology, gear you need, and then finally moving them off the line onto a racetrack where you score victory points based off of how efficient or how effective your design worked. But you're also going to be working not only against the clock, because this is a production factory, so each of your workers has time, energy that they are spending, and there is a manager. Do you remember her name?
The very pesky manager. I don't know. I don't remember her name. I'm going to call her Betty.
She's going to be moving through the factory, double-checking the quality of your work throughout the course of the day. Let me just say this. If you ever wanted to feel like you were in the office and someone was bearing down on you with all the force and weight of a powerful executive, Kanban EV is the game for you.
Yeah, you're not going to like Betty very much.
You want to take out your vitriol on the actual office environment that you do currently work in? Kanban EV may still be the game for you. It's such a good one. We've had a chance to play it. We have unboxed it. We've opened it up. Now it's just a matter of getting content here onto the channel, which will happen
Such a beautiful package.
Soon. What do you got over here? You got two left, and these are your personal
Both
games.
of these are huge titles.
You are super excited about both of these.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. Yep.
Let's do this one. I'll leave this one for the end.
Okay.
Dominant Species Marine. So this is going to be, I'm not sure if I would call it a spiritual successor, but it's part of a larger line of Dominant Species games.
Yes.
Principally Dominant Species. In Dominant Species Marine, we're changing time periods completely, and is going to capitalize on all the same things
By GMT Games.
By GMT Games.
You know, that title, that logo, always scares me a little bit.
War games?
Yeah.
This is kind of in that realm, but this is more of an area control game where you're also trying to adapt to the situation and kind of expand your territory by natural processes. For example, you got here the budding intelligence. When you have 20 or more victory points, your animal gets 1 additional basic pawn, and you're trying to use these cards in order to build a stronger and more prolific engine before the end of the game. And there's a little bit of a timing mechanic here. There's an asteroid on the way, and there's also probably I haven't played this yet, but I'm very excited. I've heard incredible things about Dominant Species.
I'm
one of the
terrified
more cutthroat or tense area control games that I've heard of in the past. So
I'm excited.
we really need to bring this to the table ASAP.
I'm terrified.
30 comments, and it's there.
Fired Up, a game we're going to be doing a preview on very soon. This is a Kickstarter that I believe is just now arriving to people.
I haven't heard of this one.
This is going to be coming from Draw Lab Entertainment, and the whole conceit of this game is going to be, it's a bidding game or a betting game with an arena combat system in the center, similar to Spartacus in some ways, where you're going to be influencing where the different robots and mechs are going to be targeting.
Neat.
And the twist on it is back here it has this hexagonal pattern that allows you to redirect arrow points. So everyone around the table can see where these robots are going to be firing off their weapons. And you're the people around the outer edge, the crowd cheering on and influencing all of these robots as they smash into each other's faces.
That sounds pretty cool.
Now, not quite like Spartacus. I mean, similar to Spartacus in some ways, but not quite like Spartacus in the sense that this one is going to be possibly a little less cutthroat, a little bit more accessible, but here's the cool thing, the thing that you're going to like. You're going to have hidden bets and bids that you're going to be placing on the table based off of certain objectives. So you're going to be saying, I think this robot's going to be able to complete this sequence of attacks. 7 damage here, then it spins and like punches another one in the throat. That's what you're putting your bet on to try to score like additional entertainment points, right? You're trying to make the crowd as thrilled as possible.
Okay, I'm pumped about this.
I've opened it up. I've read through the rulebook. I'm excited to dive into it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it did just arrive recently.
Oh, that's really neat.
So, off to the side. Also, I love the artwork.
bidding games.
I love the artwork.
Yeah?
Bidding games are fun. We have a good time with them, right, Jen? You just don't play them with me.
And now, everybody, Jinkopolis. So people are getting this
Jinkopolis?
Whatever. The point is that this is just arriving to people's doors. We're not special because we got this in. I actually ordered this directly.
You purchased that one.
I purchased this. This is my personal copy.
I'd say, well, we got like 4 prototypes. We got like 3 games that we've bought, and then we got a few that have been sent to us.
Yes, correct.
A whole mix.
This one I purchased directly because I have heard just amazing things about Jinkopolis or Jinkopolis. Whatever, let me know in the comments how you pronounce it. Either way, this is one of those games that went out of print a long time ago, and people have been clamoring for. It has now been officially put into print once more, I believe. Hopefully it stays like that for a while. And what you're doing in this game is that you're laying tiles communally, right? And the idea is that once you lay down a tile, you're going to get special cards. And those special cards are going to give you abilities that you're going to be able to capitalize later on. However, some cards that you're going to have in your hand, the ones that you're drafting or you're using to lay down these tiles for, they actually get passed to the next player. So the cards that you use and the cards that you don't use will be highly important to whoever comes after you. So you have to watch out for what your conditions are, what you want to watch out for, what colors you want to bring onto the board, and what you don't want Jesse to ever have. It's not going to be an easy game, but it's definitely going to be incredibly fun. I'm super pumped about this one. Can't wait to bring it to the table.
And the last one here on our pile is going to be a little old game
of intergalactic proportions
called Space Race. This is one that I am a bit intimidated by because this is going to be all about building rockets and finally getting up to space.
But here's the thing, it's Boardcubator. The same people that brought us Project L, they're known for like really efficient designs.
Incredible work. I am super excited about it, a little bit intimidated by it.
Is it the blueprints that's kind of throwing you off?
Here's one thing that makes me intimidated by it.
Nothing in the back?
I mean, not a lot. They are confident. With the way this is coming, they are confident. Space Race is going to be a game all about economy and adjusting to the resources and the cards that are coming out, right? So you're going to be gathering from the center, from like an open market pool, investing in your technology so you can finally get a sequence that allows you, I believe, to get your rocket up into the sky. It's not open. I haven't read the rulebook, but what I can read, a day when nations start a new war over the universe is approaching. The technological boundaries will be pushed farther than humanity has ever imagined. Will you be watching the screen as the milestones are achieved, or will you be the one to conquer them? 1 to 5 players, 40 to 90 minutes, age 14 plus. And like I said, what it highlighted on the BGG when I was doing research is this one is all about and focused on economic building, kind of tableau or like cards in front of you, efficiently getting a production chain up and running, and quick and critical thinking as things adjust around the table.
And I remember the Kickstarter had amazing, beautiful components, as always.
The only reason this isn't open is because we're going to do an unboxing video like tonight. Yeah, I want to play this soon. It's been here for a few days. I'm ready to get this one open.
And Jesse, I think we've gone through our stacks.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Let us know, because we keep getting titles in. We figured this would be a good way to let you know what's on our radar, what should be on yours, and leave a comment down below if you've made it to this part, letting us know what you'd like to see us cover. The more you tell us about a game, or the more you say you're excited about it, the quicker it gets to the channel.
Yeah.
So also,
species or Jinkopolis.
I was gonna say also publishers. Like Platypus Industries, hey, if you want to just get your fans to go comment your game, it's a good marketing. It's a good marketing strategy. We'll be deceived into thinking that they're, Either way,
They're actually here for us.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Whatever you do, remember to do the important thing.
Get out
And play some games.
Yeah, or that. See you next time.